Sherelle Walters-Rodriguez, and welcome to Chesterfield County Airport. We're here because we're going to talk a little bit about aeronautical engineering. That's one of 5 different engineering pieces that we'll focus on during summer learning. So, what's aeronautical engineering? Well, find out right now.
You know, aviation, first of all, it's fun. Flying is fun, but it's all based on aerodynamics, which is basically math and physics. And so how does an airplane fly? You have a wing, and a wing creates lift. And what's the magic there? Well, the bottom of the wing is straight, and the top of the wing is curved. And so the air molecules that go across that wing, the ones on the top have to travel farther than the ones on the bottom. And so as they get farther apart on the top, it's less dense and the force is less. And so the force on the bottom, there's more pressure on the bottom than the top, and it pulls the wing up. One good way for young people that can kind of understand airplanes is they can go to the hobby shop or go online and order a model. And then they can build an airplane. That building of the airplane will show them how it's designed and what the different parts of an aircraft are and the engines and things like that. There's also the remote control aircraft that you can go to a hobby shop or go online and order, and you can fly it remotely. And then you really kind of understand what is required for the remote control to take off and land. Engineers to artists to musicians, any science structured background would help anyone develop the understanding for aerodynamics pretty quickly. The drones that are out there, there's easy ways to get into aviation in your backyard that are really complex and really you can really actually go and fly. Some pretty neat aircraft come in and out of here, and that's pretty exciting for some kids. When they see that and they see a helicopter flying and they see a jet flying, they go, well, they're both flying, but they're so different. Why is that? And you can start answering those questions, and through that you understand that the science of aviation is pretty dynamic and pretty exciting and pretty wide. And so there's a lot to learn there, and in order to understand that, you've got to do well in school.
Well, that's a look at aeronautical engineering. Now, I know you're very excited. You can experience more at CCPL by talking to one of our librarians, or of course coming out here and talking with Mr. Driscoll about aeronautical engineering. We have 4 other focuses this summer: mechanical, construction, civil, and animal engineering. What's that all about? Well, take a look. Well, when it comes to engineering, there is another type of engineering that we're going to focus on during summer learning this year. It's building bridges. A lot of times we go over them or go under them, but we probably don't think about what it takes to engineer a bridge.
Every structure has some form of engineering that needs to go with it. A chair that you sit in, somebody had to analyze that to determine how much weight it could support. It's the same way with bridges. The purpose of a bridge is to cross an obstacle. When we approach an obstacle, we look at the situation, look at the different variations and types of bridges that we need to use, the materials that we have to use. You need to have the imagination and knowledge of materials and have a problem that you need to solve. Bridges are composed of 3 primary elements, and each of those elements has a function. decks, superstructure, and a substructure. Everybody's familiar with a deck, which is what most people see as they're riding on the road. That deck transmits the loads from the vehicles and tires to a superstructure, which takes the load to a substructure, which transmits that load into the ground. Engineering a bridge starts deep below the ground to develop and provide solutions to support those loads. Well, when they are playing in a stream and building a dam to see how much water they can hold back, they can look at the properties of the soil as it hits the soil and determine how stable it needs to be. If they are swinging on a swing, there's a certain force and velocity that occur, and if they really felt what was going on, they could feel gravity in the movement. Some shapes are stronger than other shapes, and you can build different shapes using different materials, and they all react differently when different loads or forces are placed on those shapes. One way I found to do that was going to school, learning math, and learning how to put things together, how they fit together. The Romans started to build bridges with stones, and they created arches. And as we've progressed, we've discovered new materials, and that has allowed us to expand upon arches and create different types of bridges, like a suspension bridge or a stay cable bridge or a beam bridge or a truss bridge. And as new materials are discovered in the future, there may be other types of bridges that we haven't conceived of yet. So, always using your imagination, looking at your surroundings, and may, improve technology as we move forward.
Well, just as engineering is critical to building bridges, it's also critical to constructing buildings. We're in Central Library, and this has been under renovation, and it's soon to open this summer 2018, and you're going to be so excited about what we are able to offer here. Now, speaking of offering things, we have two authors this summer, one in June, one in July. In June, we have Brad Meltzer. You may know him from some of his suspense novels. Well, we also have Angie Thomas, and her book, The Hate You Give, is up to being adapted to a movie. So those are just two of the authors that we will have this year. If you stay tuned to library.chesterfield.gov and to our Loud and Clear magazine, you'll be able to see some of the other offerings that we'll have over the next several months. And for those of you who know Spanish-speaking neighbors, we encourage you to have them tune into 1380 Radio Padel, and they will get a chance to hear some of the things that are going on in the CCPL system. We also have a page in our Loud and Clear magazine which will give our Spanish-speaking community some information related to the great programs that we have here at CCPL.
Well, definitely as a station, we enjoy having organizations like the Chesterfield Library coming and reaching out to our Latino communities. They are a changing community. There's always new people coming in to the area, and it's really nice for them to know there's options of going to a place like a library and get so many resources, books, movies, learn different languages. And now with the Chesterfield Library having resources in Spanish, books and literature in Spanish, and also for the youth and for the children. I know the libraries offer a lot of help for their children's education, so parents that might not be able to help them at home, they can very easily go to a library and get the help they need. So spreading the word and using Radio Poder is a great tool. For what I know from Chesterfield Libraries in the years I've known them, they've done a great job. I mean, they have community events, and they're always conscious of the Latino community. I think providing staff that speaks the language, providing resources that they need, like literature in Spanish, having festivals that go and open the door for them to come and see the inside and see how it is in a welcoming place, providing meeting rooms for for other organizations that work with Latinos. I think you guys are doing a great job. There's a lot of people that will benefit from the library and they're not using it. It's just because they don't know. And so just having a more constant presence in their ear, like you're here, and you're serving, I think that's all they need, because once they find out what you offer, there's no way to say no to it.
Summer is here at last. School is out, but that doesn't mean you can't learn something new.
This summer, I learned how to do a cartwheel.
Good job. You ready? Awesome.
Wow.
All right. Is it at the top line?
Yep.
You're gonna pour it in. Oh, all right.
Whoa, you make chocolate. Then that one's gonna be a big one. Oh, I see them. It looks like a toothbrush.
It looks like toothpaste.
This summer, we learned how to make cupcakes.
Come visit your local library for fun activities and prizes that keep kids engaged all summer long. Well, we're back in Central and you're looking at one of the new features of our newly remodeled library. You'll have an opportunity to see it this summer. We're excited to be able to show you. Now, some of the other things that are going on this summer is we're going to partner with Chesterfield County Public Schools in providing free summer meals for individuals who are 18 and younger who would like to take advantage of that. At 4 of our libraries, they include Chester, Ettrick-Matoaca, LaPrade, and Meadowdale. And you can go on our website and find out more information about that summer meal program. Also at LaPrade, we have a librarian who identifies as deaf, and she's available to assist those who are hearing impaired or who identify as deaf. Wow, who would have thought that CCPL has so much to offer you? Of course, we knew that, and that's why we have this program to share with you all the many programs that we have for you and your family. So come on out to one of our 10 libraries, and don't forget, you can come here to Chesterfield County Airport and get more information on aeronautical engineering, and of course, you can go to our librarians. They can share with you resources that you can get more information. So hope you enjoyed this segment of CCPL Get Transformed. We're looking forward to seeing you at our libraries so you can enjoy summer learning and keep that mind going during the summer. Thanks for joining us. I'm Sherelle Walters Rodriguez.